Welcome back, guys. Alright, so today we're talking about alopecia and the different ways we can cure alopecia. Someone was asking if alopecia is curable. Well, I think it's curable. At least I've seen videos out there as proof that it's curable, and then I've seen results from my own end too. So yes, I think alopecia is curable. So what is alopecia to start with? For the benefit of those people who do not know what alopecia is, I'll just give a brief explanation. Now, where I stay in, alopecia is kind of common. Where I stay in, I live in Nigeria, and you know how you see a guy with half hair, as in like the crown to the front is hairless, and then this other part has hair. You see guys like that. So that is what is called alopecia. Now, we know that that thing is hereditary, you know, when we say we guys, but not everybody knows that alopecia also occurs in the female circle, if I'm correct with my English. Sorry, manage my English like that. Alright, so I'm basically trying to say that alopecia also happens to female. Now, when it comes to the female version, it's not all the time that alopecia is hereditary. I know some female actually start suffering from alopecia after childbirth. You know how they tell you some female lose their hair after they give birth. That's how it is. So some female actually suffer from alopecia after childbirth, while some maybe from fungal infection, just like me. I suffered from fungal infection, and so I lost a huge amount of hair, and also that made me, transition from full hair, from full normal hair to alopecia kind of hair. So yeah, I've showed what my hair looks like in the previous video, so there is no point to show that again. Yeah, so that's basically what alopecia is now, which means that alopecia can actually occur at any stage of your life. So it's very important that you know what alopecia is, so that you're aware of what it is, so that when you start seeing signs of alopecia, you know that this is what it is, and you can now start working towards it. But I do not wish that you have alopecia. Alright, so if you're suffering from alopecia, I think you're in the right place. So if you have a friend that has been suffering from alopecia, I think you're in the right place. I think you can pick one or two things for he or she to, apply to his or her daily routine and all. So yeah, so how can alopecia be solved? Now, I need you to even understand why you stopped growing hair on that part of your hair. Apart from the hereditary parts, I know that for those of us who didn't have it at from from birth, that's the word I'm looking for, I know that it's actually something that actually blocks the follicle. Now, the hair follicle is the hole where the hair comes out from, and if there's a blockage there, that means the hair cannot grow again. So one thing with fungal infection, it kills the follicle, it blocks it, and you know how you have injury and it heals, and that part, all the part just comes together, something like that. So that's what fungal infection does to the scalp if you do not treat it very well. So it just heals, it damages it, it closes all those holes, and hair is where hair is supposed to come out, hair stops coming out from it. So that's what happens. So you need to now know what are the things to do to open those follicles so that hairs can start coming out. Yeah, so that's basically it. Now, what are the things that I have done? I know one thing that has worked for me is onion juice. We have heard about onion juice. Is one thing that I have done over the years that has worked so much for me. Now, the reason why I haven't gotten the amount of growth that I should have gotten was because of the mistakes I made while doing it. I am going to be explaining that in another video Yes, I'm going to be talking about all the mistakes I made while treating fungal infection and all. So let's not just dive into that and all. So I I've used onions juice and that worked for me. And another thing apart from onion juice, I know there's ginger juice too that works. So sometimes I blend my onions and my ginger together, and then I squeeze it out, bring out the juice, put it in a spray bottle, and just spray it every single day on my hair. So I spray it morning and night. For those of you who might have issues with the smell, I think you have two options. Either you spray it at night before you go to bed, or you buy like a lemon oil that has strong smell. Basically, essential oils with strong smell. You can drop a few drops inside the essential oils and you spray it. So that takes care of the smell issues you have with the onion juice. But I mean, I don't have issues with it because I spray it, and then I have other essential oils going in, so everything just mixes up. You don't even know that there's an onion juice smell on my head. So that's one thing. And then another thing I have is biotin. I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh my god, it's upside down. Yeah, so biotin is one product that has worked. I've used this product for so many years, and then I stopped because I had some. It was more like I was too forward with biotin, and I withdrew. I stopped taking it, and like I made mistakes basically. Part of the things I'm talking about in the video when I'm ready to talk about the mistakes I made while treating my alopecia. So biotin is a fantastic vitamin. It's of course is made for your hair to grow back, your damaged follicles to come back to life and start pushing those hair, and it enables your hair to grow as fast as you've never imagined. So it's one fantastic product that I would recommend at all times, at all, or and at any time to any of us. And of course it has vitamin B in it, which we all know that is very good. Now one thing you need to know about biotin is the fact that it comes in different milligrams. Now the one I have here, it says 800 milligram. Now I know they have 500, 1000, 5000 milligram and all of that. So it depends on how much your body can take. Now my initial stage when I was taking biotin, I experienced breakouts with biotin, and that was because I didn't know how to take it. Now if you're a fresher, let me call you that, like a first time out taking biotin, you will break out if your system is not used to multivitamins and all. But if you already, if you take it with something like multivitamins, you know there are lots of multivitamins out there, it will help to balance up whatever it is that's balancing your system that makes you break out. So that's basically it. So one of the things I learned about biotin when I was taking it in my early days of my alopecia issues was the fact that you need to space it. So if you do not want to take biotin with multivitamins, I think you need to take one. It's supposed to be one per day if your system is used to biotin, but if you're like a starter, it's always advisable to take it slow. So I took it the first time, I was breaking out, I stopped, and then I watched a lot of videos to know why I was breaking out. And I know that I learned that you do not introduce large quantity of biotin into your system. So what you do is to take one per week instead of one per day, one per week. So when you do that once, maybe for like 2-3 weeks or something like that, maybe by the second or the third week you can now introduce two per week. Then from there you can now start improving on this. So two in 2 days or in 3 days or something like that, you just increase it till your system becomes very comfortable with biotin, and you can now start taking it one per day and all. But the fastest and the easiest way is just take it with multivitamins. So I take my well woman. I didn't bring out my well woman, I didn't know I would need it. So I take my well woman. You can take it with any multivitamin of your choice. Yeah, so that's basically it. Biotin is apart from the fact that it grows your hair, I know another thing Biotin does is to give you a clearer skin. So if you think you have clear skin, Biotin also helps you to give you a clearer skin. So if you think my skin is popping, it's because of this Biotin. And also helps in removing under circle. I started taking this like 2 weeks ago, and the under black circle was this um much, but right now you can see it's up to this point and it's really fading away. So by the time I take it to God knows how long, I'm sure like a month or something, I think it should have cleared. And yeah, so that's basically. So this one has like 60 tablets, which is supposed to last me for 2 months if I'm sticking to one per day. But if I'm doing two per day, it will last me for like 1 month. So I'm sticking to one for now. I don't know when I'm going to increase my dosage. So yeah, so that's basically it. So if I do deal with 800 now, maybe when I'm buying again, I can start to buy a higher capacity. So that's how we do it. You don't just jump into it and all. So I hope this helps you. If you have alopecia issue, I think you should try this. This is going to work very well for you. But make sure you have finished healing whatever it is that caused the alopecia. If it's an infection that caused the alopecia, I advise you concentrate on healing the infection first before you think of growing the hair. Alright, so thank you so much guys for watching my video. I hope this was meaningful to you guys. Alright, so see you guys in my next video. Bye.